So it's very this book has a very symbolic meaning. When you look at the cover from top to bottom, this book has a symbolic meaning for every piece of artwork, every piece of literature, every piece of everything has something connected with symbology on here. All right, so I just wanted to let y'all know that. Um, excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, I'm doing some invites and some shares for everybody to connect up. Peace to everybody that supports. Okay, so let me start off reading the introduction to this book. As you see, this right here is the body of the Messiah. Now, I tell people time and time again, they wonder what is the Messiah code about. This right here is the body from which we charter our numbers from. For instance, if I ask you what's your birthday will fall between a 1 and 31 number, and that number will fall somewhere along the body of the Messiah. All right. Excuse me. Shout out to Sister Shakara in the building. Coom. Peace and love. Peace to everybody in the YouTube. Peace to everybody in the Facebook. I really appreciate the support. All right. I'm almost done setting this up, and we can move forward. I'm gonna read a little bit from this scroll of Halloween, so people can get a little bit of understanding of what this represents. Okay. A little bit of an understanding, understanding, overstanding of what this represents. All right. All right. Give 2 more seconds. I'll be ready. All right. All right. So thank you. Let me see if we can get this back. All right. I don't know if I can get it bigger or whatever like that. Um, I just what I'll do is I'll paste it in the comment section and I'll read it. How about that? I'll read it verse for verse and then I'll paste it in the comment section. All right, that'll be cool. All right, so it says it has been introduction. It has been many books to describe them in reference where Halloween came from in antiquity. In this scroll of Halloween, I will talk about the history of Halloween, but I will also talk about the mystery of Halloween and what it presents its and what it presents itself within this time that we are living. Excuse me if I had a little typo right there. Next verse, verse 2, it says this. It says Halloween is symbolic of the hero who wears the mask or the human being who inspires to dress up like or alter ego of choice. In light and darkness, we all have imaginary figures that we aspire to be. Verse 3. I got y'all. Thank you for everybody coming in. What's up? Verse 3, it says this. We all have vivid imaginations of our potential within this dimensional reality, which we call the physical realm. verse 4. Verse 4 says this. It says, when someone wears a mask, they not only hide or cover their physical attributes, they also cover their physical limitations. They focus on the power which is hidden within their being. This is considered to be the alter ego of heroic qualities. Something to think about when I put that in verse 4. All right? It says in verse 4, remember it says this, when someone wears a mask, not only they hide or cover their physical attributes, they also cover their physical limitations. All right? It's a psychology to this stuff. And we have always wore masks at some point. This is not nothing new. In ancient times, we used to wear masks. We used to have certain ceremonies where we wore masks. All right, so that's important. It says Halloween is associated. See if y'all got this. All right, it says Halloween is associated with the Alpha and Omega sequence. Once again, every month of the calendar, in connection with the Gregorian method of calculating time, has a sacred meaning. All right. It says this. It says, so what is so strange is that Halloween is located in the month of October, which actually means 8 in the old Roman calendar. But it is the 10th month, 10th designation within the Gregorian calendar. It is also the same with September, which means 7, and November, which actually means 9. All right? I don't know if I put that in there. That was verse 6. All right, verse 7. Says this. This is from the Scroll of Halloween. Shout out to everybody that supports the Messiah Code movement. All right, so it says this, verse 7. It says, so as you can see, the month within calculation dealing with the meaning is off. This goes back to what I have been saying for many years in reference to the operating from the dot. See, the dot represents the stellar points. It doesn't matter how much they try to play with time, you were able to compensate for the moment by balancing from your center. From your center. That's why we have 361 degrees in our circle, and they have an eyeball without an iris. They have an eyeball without an iris, and we have an eyeball with an iris in our circle. Just if you just think about it like that. All right. Moving forward, it says this. See, the word center also comes from the word suna, just like the sun. In essence, the word comes from the word suna. Suna. Ooh, it's triggering your mind right now, right? Okay, so in actuality, when it comes to messiahship, you emulate the sun, which is suna, which represents example, if you want to know. So sun, center, you get how it connects up. Sun is coming from the word suna, meaning example or center. So it says this. This is verse 9. verse 9 of the scroll of Halloween. It says this. It says, you follow the example of the sun within the journey of what you call the higher realm of existence. The sun gives you every principle essentially to develop your greater consciousness. The sign which is sun phonetically spelled, it's also connected with the sun being S-O-N, sun. This also is in connection with why the heroes were wear the mask, and why this is associated with Halloween. Come on, man. It's Gary. Connect up. It's Gary. Connect up. Verse 10. Verse 10. It says this. Verse 10, it says, when someone wears the mask, they are actually taking on a heroic quality. They are taking on the principles upon which the mask they are wearing, which they are wearing. It is what is considered to be anamorphic, which is taking the animation of an animal. All right. So I'll go into the first chapter of this book just a little bit, just to touch on it. Oh man, it's a couple chapters. I can reflect on. Let's go into Samhain. Let's just start from Samhain. That'd be cool. All right, so it says, verse 1. My fault. I got y'all. All right, it says, verse 1. The summer was beautiful, and saw when autumn begins, as we shared the celebration of life, death, and rebirth. Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. Verse 2. It says, nature guides. Excuse me. It says, verse 2, it says, nature guides our rhythm, and the pulse our hearts provides the intention behind cause and effect. All life moves in a circle of time that obeys the cycles of premeditated gestation. Now it says, the time is near where we must pay off old debts and answer the call of our heroic nature. The illusion of Sabbath is to rest. We do not rest. We desist on one brick, then enter the realm of carving the next ashlar. Verse 4 says this. Verse 4. It says, throughout many times we were known to the nations as a collective consciousness embodying the oneness of creation. When one is born, they are, it should say, they are unwillingly initiated to the experience of death with no choice but acceptance. All right. And then I take y'all to a verse. which is John chapter 141 to chapter 3. Take y'all to something in the Bible or the Codex. I don't really call it the Bible any longer. I call it the Codex. Everything is an archive of thought. Is considered to be the Codex. It says, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe in me also. In my Father's house has many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you that I'm going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you with me. All right. But moving forward, it says this: collective consciousness, because it was something that was mentioned here, and it was very important to understand solar stand what I was talking about with what a collective consciousness is. All right, and I list the meaning of collective consciousness. So it says up there, it says verse 4, if you notice, it says this: throughout many times we were known to the nations as a collective consciousness, embodying the oneness of creation. All right? When one is born, they are unwillingly initiated to the experience of death with no choice, but only acceptance. You know what I'm saying? And then it moves on. And then verse 5, it breaks it down. It says this. And this is what all about the scroll of Halloween. This is all about the time and the spirit that we living in, which you call Hallows Eve, Halloween, or Hallows Eve, or whatever. Halloween. This is all about the spirit and the time that we living in. And I want y'all to just let me see. My fault. I'm trying to make sure it pastes over there. But check this out. It says right here. It says life, decay, death, gestation, and rebirth are part of the formula that creates the magical ingredients to the potion of true happiness, the inner peace. We celebrate this by the recognition of the colors of orange and black. It's the reason why we wear orange and black this time of year. All right, we wear the colors orange and black to represent the spirit of life, decay, death, gestation, and rebirth. All right, and then as you know, that formula connects up with magic, which is the number 5. All right. That is embodying it, because if you think about it, everything is green. It's green, and then it turns into what? It turns into yellow or brown. All right, yellow or brown or orange. Okay, but it's something deep with all of this stuff. It's a reason why. It's a spirit to connect up with this or wear these certain colors during this time of year, and why people celebrate this stuff. It doesn't have nothing to do. It's a natural phenomena. I would really look at it as a form of natural phenomena. But what people did was, they end up creating certain holidays and religion and certain things around this time of the year. Even with the custom, the what you say, the customs, the festivals of harvest. That's what it's called, the festivals of harvest. All right, with the festivals of harvest, it's the same thing that happened. You know, people took it as Thanksgiving, when in actuality you have the festivals of harvest, and this time of year is prevalent to happen because people been growing things all year. It's, so it says this, verse 6: the candle shining on the unlit world of ignorance. That's the color orange. When you wear orange, it represents the candle, like you're the candle. That's why I wanted to break down. Um, it represents like you're the candle shining in the light in an unlit world of darkness. Like the world is in darkness, in disparity. And you are that candle, you are that light shining in that world. All right? To give those guidance that are in darkness or disparity. But the candle shining on the unlit world of ignorance. We observe the wind taking in essence of compatibility and move through the cosmic awareness body of light. All right. Moving forward, it says this, and then I took y'all to Matthew. Uh, it says this also. If you look at it says the candle of the light represents the spirits of the ancestors and the observations of their presence. That's what the candle represents. You hear me? When we light the candles, the light of the candles represents the spirits of our ancestors and the observation of their presence. Hopefully that resonates with a couple people that burn candles naturally. That burn candles naturally. But I took y'all to Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. And it says this, it says come to me, all you that are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Oh man, this is a riddle. This is all a riddle. It says this. That's why I said it's all relating to the color orange. Because if you think about the yoke, what color is the yoke? The color of the yoke is orange. So he said this. He said, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. All right? Take my yoke upon you. All right? And learn, and learn from me, for I am gentle. That's how you got to treat an egg. You got to treat an egg gentle. All right? I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. All right? For my yoke is easy. Yoke, egg, the egg, the color orange, and then my burden is light. The same thing when you light a candle, it becomes the color orange. All right? So that was connecting up the same thought. So I should change this title and put, should we practice Halloween? I should put that in the title. That should be the name of the title. But it says, embrace the color orange. This is verse 7. It says, embrace the color orange. Reflect the manifestation of rays coming from the center station of your being. We travel the planet in search of life everlasting and the elixir of youth vitality. This is what it's all about, the light within. It says, following the stars north. This is Gary get deep. This is really Gary get deep. It says, following the stars north. Following the stars north, east, south, and west, we learned many customs and traditions. We adapted to the climate changes of relative thought. Oh my goodness. And then I give y'all this image right here. This is the image of mom. This is the image of mom, of mom. All right? The image of mom right there. Which is, you see, northeast, southwest. It's the 8-pointed star, which actually represents the woman as well. All right? This is all connected up with mom. Mom is a palindrome word, as you see. Okay? But it says, whew, Man, yeah. It says this. It says. It says who? My name. It says this. Watch this. It says this. My name, A. Samson, right? El Kawiya, the possessor of all strength. Initiate initiate abilities to defeat any obstacle force. This is what I want to break down, yo. Um, you know, when you during this time you invoke the spirit of Sam. Remember how this chapter is called Samhain. Now, the festivals of Samhain originated like Halloween. This is like kind of like the festivals of Halloween is mixed with All Hallows Eve. All right, but it's Samhain. Now, this is where I'm busting it down. Sam is a power phrase. It's a power phrase, or when you say that word, it's a power word. When you say Sam, say why is that? Because it's three Sams, and I'm gonna explain the three Sams that you encounter. All right, during this time of year. All right, so it says my name Sam, right? Samson. Let me. Whew. I'm gonna put it all in the comment section and just read it, so I don't have to stop or delay. Shout out to Sister Kadna Fear. I'm breaking down this scroll of Halloween. This is so fun. This is so fun. But it says this. This is some stuff right here. It says this, right? It says my name, Samson, El Kawiya, the possessor of all strength, initiate abilities to defeat any oppositional force. B. Sam, Uncle Sam, El Muzil, which is the one who humiliates. Wow, and that so happens to be the 38 attribute. I forget what attribute that is. No, it's not. It's something else. Muzil. I forget what attribute it, but I'll tell you. I'll run it back. But it says, the one who humiliates, right? To gain trust and breaks the spirit of disloyalty with rapid fire. Orange. Wow. And this is deep. Uncle Sam. That breaks down Uncle Sam. And then you got excuse me. Then you got, it says Sama, the hearer, the hearer, the hearer, the hearer of all powerful. My fault. It says the hearer. The hearer of all with the power to acknowledge intentions of the heart. Wolf. Oh my goodness, man. Listen. Just listen to this stuff. It says, because I told you, during this time you encounter three Sams. Three Sams you encounter. So one being Samson, one being Uncle Sam, and the other one called Sama. Alright, so Samson is El Kawiya, which is the possessor of all strength. Initiates abilities to defeat any oppositional force. That's the power of Samson. Sam. Alright, like I said, it's a power phrase. This is a power phrase. Sam. And then you got Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam. El Mazil, Uncle Sam, which is the one who humiliates to gain trust and breaks the spirit of disloyalty with rapid fire. That's like Uncle Sam, when he puts people down with his army, he humiliates them in a certain sort of way and gains their loyalty in a certain way, but it's with power, with guns, with rapid fire, having the weapons having the weapons to overthrow people and to slay people in a certain way. That's what Sam or Uncle Sam is also about as well. All right, and then that's why you got fire, because people can use the fire to cook their food, or people can use the fire to burn a house down. That's why I'm giving you three versions of Sam as a power phrase to connect up with this fire. All right, and that's why in the beginning, I was connecting you with the color orange when you are shining in the light of disparity. All right, as a candle, and I brought you to Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 on that one. All right, so anyhow, it says this. Woof. I give you the North Star. Yo, I give you the North Star on here. Okay, which is another 8-pointed star, which is what we call Cassiopeia, which is another which is Lemel. Lemel, which is the female version of the Messiah, which is Lamel. All right, excuse me. But Lamel is a palindrome name. You can spell it frontwards and backwards. And actually Lamel is 131 once again. Because let me see that. Let me do this. Lamel. Did I spell Lamel or did I spell 131? That's the question. Did I spell Lamel or did I spell 131? I spelled Lamel without the vowels. Alright? I spelled Lamel and I put 131. That's why people think this is a game. But time and time again, I keep on proving what I'm talking about with numbers that resonate with the words as well as the meanings. They all connect up with the numbers. Alright? 131 is Lamel. 13 times 13, 961. Or 916, my son's birthday, whose name is Lamel. His birthday is 916. And which is another version of 13 times 13. Because if you think about it, 13 times 13 is 169. Okay, in the square, you get 31 times 31 is 961. Alright? But check this out. 916 is still in that number, which is my son's birthday. He came out, the 13th son, the 13th child of mine. His name is Lamel, Messiah. Alright? This is real stuff. We are living in a form of a matrix. I keep on telling y'all, either a matrix or a book. Y'all either are in the matrix or y'all are in a book. And I keep on explaining this time and time again, and it keeps on being proven through reality. It keeps on being proven through reality. And I'm going to tell you something real quick. Men and women lie, but guess what? Numbers don't lie, honey. Let me finish this up real quick and say what I gotta say, but I'm gonna run this broadcast on repeat for those that didn't get it and for those that do get it. This is more deep than what you think. All of this stuff is more deep than what you think, man. So verse 9, it says, look, Sama, Sami, or Sam became a school of thought. A school of thought in representation of the number 3. Oh my goodness, man. Sheesh. Man, in representation of the number 3 in being one being. Alright? Sam also means to hear. This is connected with one with the octave. Oh, the number 8, octave vibrations of our being. Oh, wow. Octave, activation, octave, octagon, October. Wow. You say, wow, how you connect those damn things? Because Sama means to hear. To hear, the same thing. Same thing, it means to hear. Go look it up. Check this out. It says this. Vibrations, it says Sam also means to hear. This is connected with the octave vibrations of our being and became known as the month of October. In symbolism, like the number 3, 8, also in the symbol of prosperity, the number 8, wealth, peace, and fertility, the number 8. Peace, goddess. What's up? I'm busting this stuff down. You got to put this video on rewind and repeat. But that's why I show you this image right here, which is an 8-pointed star. An 8-pointed star with the number 3 on there. Because I gave you the 3 versions of Sam, which is Sama, which is the octavation or October. Same thing, connecting up. And this is actually connected with Cassiopeia, which is the North Star. If you was in indentured servitude back in the day, or what they call slavery, guess what you did? You followed the North Star. And if you couldn't follow the North Star, it was something that you looked for. You look for this 8-pointed being or star right here, which is this lady of the throne called Cassiopeia, which we call Lemel, which is the female Messiah. All right? Same thing. Same thing. I'm gonna leave y'all with one more thing. Like I'm gonna go up to verse 10, right? Before I go. And this is crazy. I'm gonna leave y'all with verse 10, but I'm gonna take y'all somewhere real quick. I'm gonna take y'all to 2 Samuel. This is gonna blow your head open real quick. I'm gonna take you to 2 Samuel 21 verse 20. It says this. There was a war in Gath again, and there was a man of great structure who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in number. And he also had been born to a giant. 24 equals 6, 4, 8, 3, 38. Oh, wow. 19, 2. Oh, man, same rhythm. I connect up all these things. All right? I connect up all these things in reference to this. All right? It says this. Verse 10, it says, the mirror became the last place that we found. Hold up. The mirror became the last place that we found after traveling the major places, the 7 major places on the planet in search of eternal life. Thus, it represents the 8th designation of navigational inception. Now, you might say, what the hell does this mean? Okay. It goes like this. Like, people search the whole planet for the elixir of life. They search for God. They search for everything. And that's why you got the 8-pointed star, the compass, all right? But at the center, you always find a dot, all right? So at the end of each person's conquest, they found one thing, all right, in search of this God. They found a mirror, time and time again. It was a reflective image of who they were. Okay, so I'm bringing this back to, in essence, to what we are in these days and time. You can go and search and search and search and search until you once again come to the mirror, and you'll find that God or Goddess within. All right, so I love y'all. 747 24/7 361 degrees. I shall and will return with building on this subject. All right. Now, if you see behind me, I don't know if y'all can see that, is the pass key. That right there is called a pass key. That's behind me right there. I'm done. All right, cool. Done with this. All right, that what's behind me is called a pass key. All right, that is my pass key. Okay, in connection to the Messiah code or the codex. It's how numbers resonate and how a 3-dimensional, you would call, remember I said we are either living in the matrix or living in a book. All right, so your book is actually your pass key. It's all in your pass key. How you logged in space and time, and what designates your destiny within this realm or this mainframe consciousness. So that's it. I love y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with something. I got some fire for y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with real quick that I want y'all to catch. And I want y'all to think about this real quick. Just think about this.
The Messiah code. We talking about being baptized with the Holy Spirit and then being baptized with fire. We talking about technology. The Messiah code. You really see God's perception of how God's light is really perceivable in a way that you see reality in a certain sort of way, and it's really not, because they'll blind you every time you step up to the plate.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room.
No, we in the Matrix though, man. I said, man, damn. It ain't no joke that we not in the Matrix. So I said, man, we in the Matrix. So everything is a program. People be so fixated on certain things and not understanding that everything around you is a simulation of
this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television.
This is the year 3023. But God is the best of all planners, because this is God's building, or this is a universal principle of that. When you all alive, it's biological warfare, not a lot of you all aware. It's something that's going on.
You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church.
We messiahs walking on water, that's maritime law. Arm, leg, arm, head, never paralyzed. The revolution should never be televised. So, yeah, I want y'all to think about the archetype mind. The archetype mind and how it connects up. And you know, everybody is literally a piece of that body of a Messiah. You already know.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
The turtle represents 13. The turtle gives you a map for the universe. If, let's say, if you lost, and if you don't know where you're going, all you have to do is this. You just get on your knees.
How many degrees in a circle? 361 degrees in a circle, period. It's 361. I told y'all it's a dot that they always forget.
Like everyone else, you were born into bondage.
361. That's the 1 degree that everybody forgets. And then, if you think about it, it's 19 times 19. 19 times 19, that's 19 square. 361. That's completion. I ain't no chattel brand. I'm a living soul. So give the gold back. Here's a code.
Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Right there, because 1 and the 9 is the Alpha and Omega. The 1 and the 9 represents the Alpha and Omega. That's the principle of that. Everything that flows between the beginning and the end. But really, it's really the Alpha and the Delta. Because it's no ending. It's just like everything flows within itself. Everything flows.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is.